I remember that period with a great sense of pride, because it was then when my entrepreneurship journey was also starting. So, yes, that was around that time. And the beauty Kanakwen is that they became such a strong reference point for me that I'm sure there's hurdles that they had to go over that I didn't have to, because they were there. I could watch and learn from them. But yes,
yeah, man.
This is just prior to social media, by the way.
Yeah,
So
there's no social media.
Any kind of brand awareness is by word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Straight up.
No Facebook.
Yeah.
And because of the price and the prestige that came with the t-shirts, everybody expected that they got money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody expected that they got money, and how they didn't even have a bank account. I mean, at the time, and even when they went forward now, funding was a problem. I learned from them that not having to pay about the banks, man, come on. You know.
Man. And then we decided, you know what? The only way we can get capital for growth here, the corporates did in Lesotho. In Lesotho, I think in the picture, you can imagine the graphics. It's a Lesotho mona di etwa ka PowerPoint, di etwa ka ntho di limpe ha o tena le corporate pamphlet. So we saw a gap right there, and then you know what? Let's do work for the corporates it's enana. Re tlabaetsa bo di flyer re lokisa logo tsa bona. We did a lot of work ba bang ba thusa to reshape and refashion the logo tsa bona. But it was a mess. It was a complete mess. So it allowed a bit of capital. Yeah, but capital inject into our brand. So it means I wanna into reward
Everything that comes in.
It's a business man. It's not like party or anything. Yeah, so that's how we grew. Basotho Landing hanyane up till I think about 20, just slightly after the World Cup, and then Rabirilata Batwana Balefa ba ile ha I get passionate about sports. National team
for the for the benefit of our listeners and our viewers, Lefa being yes.
So
a funny story when we ultimately wrap it up. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so it's slightly after the World Cup. Jwale hona le some international games money. And then Rafmana national team ya rona bane ba tene di tracksuit tsa 3 Lions of England. Ka Mapo playing against a team which was properly kitted. My partner, hi, Munna.
What's going on here?
What's going on
How
here?
come there's no technical?
Hey, happy. This is so embarrassing. Osonzo's now confidence. I mean, imagine how it gives you confidence. Osonzo's now confidence. Google sa penny adiba patina. Apere tracksuit ya England. Or national team Lesotho.
You've played ball at this point.
Yeah.
You
At national level.
What it is to represent the national team. So, hi. One of the players, skipper Sahai, Dibapadi Mane. Hey, Gabana Dibapadina Diluanella, this shirt. Can I go national team and the replica? So, you know what? There's an opportunity. But it means this is replica into skipper synergy.
It means the man is there.
It means
serial entrepreneurship.
People fan this team. Let me tell you. My brother and his friends are leaving Johannesburg on a Saturday evening to come and watch Dikona play on a Sunday. So that they can be back in Joburg to work on Monday.
In elephant base. So one of that opportunity, you know what? Prop up their image and then Lorna make money and grow the brand as well. And then it's a presentation. Guys, redesign, it's a design. We know nothing about sports merchandise. Level
and the sophistication that goes into that.
I know.
The passion is there and it's real.
Are you sure? Yeah, we're sure. Look, 3 months. Some designer, product, and then we did all of that. They were happy. Yeah, that's how we started working with the national team.
Yes, sir.
Then one day national team never pala South Africa ka Lesotho ka mo. Huge game. South Africa obviously Lesotho.
What year is this now?
The whole is late 2012 or so.
Okay, so it's about 6 years later.
Yeah, 6 years down the line.
It's post 2010 as well. South Africa's had the World Cup.
Yeah. So it's in 2012. A very, very big game. What's about I give South Africa Lesotho. Vale, the sponsor national team. I remember that I had a gaming Lesotho South Africa.
Oh, sorry, how do your parents feel about this journey of yours at this point?
Well, one of those past 6 years. It's a habit. This is your baby. Really more no to the game. Linda Dwaka. I will hope you know national anthem. These guys got tunneling money. They never flower parade the moon by me by Peribasu landing. The whole country lay some fans man about Peribasu landing in the national anthem. I want my dad being a bit emotional about
what a reward.
In a Lohana Bonang, this guy
have a brand.
From that day on, he started Alekon Tusa. Ninita inala mosebetsi ka yo tla ka o nthusa o ga bona na hana sentenyana anka di me yona kore
man that must have been beautiful
ha le mathata in business mona o tla ba le ke to even try and fight your own battles but kana kwenu that se ke develop le fix I want my own man I tsoka hore nne ke re
I'm good, man. I needed this 6 years ago. It's good,
but you appreciate
I appreciate that you're in the mix,
but Lena I think he did help me out a lot. You know what? Decision to quit school. What's about you're always gonna quit.
So don't make this the precedent for your life. That shit was way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time. Call Masek. The show that plays on, it used to play on Saturdays, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Batanga music. And we're speeding. Are we good? Love. If you've just joined us, it's. Oh, fuck. You see, fucked up my skill. Okay. If you've just joined us, man, this is. Food for thought, and we're out here sitting with Mr Bokang Kheekhe, serial entrepreneur. Yes, serial entrepreneur, patriot, and that's the part of our discussion I want us to get into, because as we're wrapping up, Lesotho Inc. is now the business that became that basically defined you, so to speak, and defined your entrepreneurial spirit. And then within that, you've done, like you're saying, a lot of different businesses. One of the ones that stand out is the Malitsunyane Braai Festival. I'll say that from a tourism point of view. I'll also say that from a socio-economic point of view, because you're touching a whole different district there. That goes into the patriotism part of the discussion I want to get into. What brought about Malitsunyane, and what's the future for Malitsunyane?
Taba ya Malitsunyane Braai Festival. It also stems from Lesotho Inc. Because one thing that I realized growing the brand, we'd gotten into sports, tourism obviously because we brand like anything we do brands this country.
Sure.
But I also realized that we need to broaden our audience. Our audience as Lesotho Inc. So sports was soccer. I came into athletics as well. Hence I started the Maseru Marathon.
Yes, sir.
One of the ideas was that.
Shout out to it. It's in its 4th or 5th year running now?
This was supposed to be the 5th year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You MC it, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so in it, one thing we realize at that marathon. Well, amongst other things, we're gonna expand into your presence in Lesotho landing.
Yeah, no.
Which is why there'll be run vests for athletes. Yeah. But we also realize that we need more than sports if we are going to grow as a brand in this country.
Yes, sir.
We have to entrench ourselves in other spheres of. So I visited into what's this? The bushfire.
Yes, sir.
In Swaziland.
Shout out to MTN's bushfire. Big time event that one.
Now I
Swati is doing it real big.
The stats are the bushfire. These guys, Barry, this event brings about 30,000 people into Swaziland that weekend.
Yeah. Goodness.
30,000 people from all over the world into Swaziland for this festival.
Yeah. Coming to spend their currency.
Yeah, coming to spend their currency and leave it in Swaziland.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, the bushfire location, I think, it's only a farm.
It's out on the sticks there.
Hey, how na little locaring?
Yeah. They haven't built anything.
Yeah, fuck off. Locaring 30,000 people. Bakatla mona bare. Hey, hunale something special. Yeah. But there's a bushfire here.
Sure.
Lesotho is such a beautiful country, and we have nothing, absolutely nothing of this magnitude that brings people into Lesotho. The destination it's you can name them.
I mean, 80% of the country is a tourism hub.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How le mona morelenting? Any 50 kilometers more or whichever direction you go. But I want to high end. Oh, now we are south power, power. Well, Chantal, come on, we're done here.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, so even Nike high, high, I gotta do something about this thing. I was contemplating already doing something in terms of increasing into Lesotho landing through merchandise or event.
Yes, sir.
I get remote, there's merchandise sold at the event. So I'm like, if we can have such an event and have merchandise,
we can therefore move units and spread the message.
People, the brand will grow. Now, get a high from the bushfire. Reality sinks in once again. You have these thoughts. And like I'm saying, that how come I not
that'll be who you are.
Yeah.
That's what to find.
So I'm like, how get well chance on it or not? I'll definitely 5, 10, 15 years down the line, I'll regret I never act on my age. Yeah. But if I act and fail, it's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll have learned a lot. So now, I plan ahead. Okay. It's an event, a big event in this country. And again, okay, it's a Maltunya. I hadn't even been to, I think I'd been there once or twice. But it's an event, maybe around the roof of Africa. But hi, it's gonna need money. I don't have money. It's gonna need
logistics,
a whole lot of things. And then Kabeke a presentation to the hookup dinner.
Yes, sir.
It's a festival, not even the Braai Festival at that time. And it beats the Roof of Africa Carnival or something. Presentation in It's a very good presentation. Lovely idea. Come on, you have corporates. That's what the banking. That's what guy who na le batho bana ba nang le tšhelete o na le I get it's a hookup dinner anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's a very brilliant
Elevator
idea.
pitch real quick.
I need partners. I hope it's my Zoya. I need partners.
Thanks for that.
Where the Rex
Now
at?
let's see.
I know, it's a very good idea. Okay, fine. And then camera no, I got a guy, and I think Australia. Kena na it's batho bana ba Lesotho Sky. A project plan ya ha Lesotho Sky tla nne hole for the years. On about two stick out by their project plan. So ka be ke lata motho ena ke motho a tswa fa ngongolo. I got to ngola ka pelo ya ka yohle but yeah, I have
The
a lot
curse of most
ideas.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and now I have a lot of ideas but ngola teng ka nnete. How ka re ke etse proposal. Hi, ore
Stall.
yeah. But in game tricks I rating, you know. So I got this guy, I'm engaged as a consultant. I paid him 20,000. Ebe once an interviewer, he fill out the blankie until I had a document. Now, I want okay. Then I said, I need X amount to get this thing started.
And you're 20,000 in already.
Yeah. And I need more than 20,000 days. Nothing. Hi. I go March. I get ready to one. Hi. Tell the high anyway. And then fortunately for me, Facebook is still thing. This is 5 years back now.
This is what, 2015?
Yeah. One of my friends on Facebook, when I liked a post, I think there was 29 of us. This guy now na shebeletse advert ya Castle mona ya Bible mona bo bogolo. Ha ke tsebe na nka bua mantsana a buile.
That day.
Kapa.
Swela pele ntate. Swela
This
pele.
guy na ngotse hele ke shebeletse Bible bo bogolo nyela bo janyana. That's what he said. Yeah, on Facebook. Ele bono that Castle advert you know.
Comma.
Raleigh. On I the year before, you know, I into keep planning. So I get a Facebook it's a reminder.
Hey.
So the reminder in a happy. Raleigh. Ebe kabot so heban hareting Bible. Already second a business plan come.
Yes.
But I cannot do this thing alone.
Yes.
Hobane ha kena the muscle to carry this thing out alone.
To maneuver.
Well, ha ke bona ntwe. I'm planning to keep me tiki. Okay, guys, can we not do this thing? Ebe hands re dumellana mo ebe ba re ha re etseng. Yelo potso ya hla ho kae? I had a very simple answer to this question. Maletsunya. Because I've done my research and
Yes. And it's an incredible place.
It is at sebetsa re etsa ka Maseru ka Tlabong ka mona kapa anywhere else. Yeah. So immediately ba dumellana le nna. And then ha re santsane re le Facebook mono. Ke wana also in the group ya WhatsApp. Se re hlare le 4 fela. Man ne re 29.
Somebody got a hat real bad.
Ha ta 29 o sona la ntseng WhatsApp group ya rona re le 4. So ke ena in the WhatsApp group. Ke ena wa advert ya na Castle. Ke nna le that guy o twinki pule yani. So that's how we became partners. No. So
Yes,
and then the other guys are 29. I buy yellow. Let's business. To his credit, it's very difficult to really 29.
Absolutely.
To even come to any kind of consensus of what to eat for lunch.
So that's how we ended up really 4. And then we agreed on this thing as a trial this year, and then we'll take it from there. That's how we had the Malutsunyane Braai Festival.
So, just I don't know unless you had other questions or comments you wanted to add about Malutsunyane, because I want to segue again.
You want to? Okay. Yeah. Off ramp. Let me see where you.
We're under the pressure of
Yeah. Obviously.
the bell.
Yeah.
Yes, so looking at Malutsunyane, and then it happens, and it's in its 3rd year running, and has a huge following, and I can imagine that also that translated into a huge following on social media for you as an individual. Also, you know, being outspoken by nature and all that. Which now, yes, he's always been an outspoken guy. I mean, I've known him since I was like a 8 or a 9-year-old. You know, he's been my OG since then. So he's always been one of those guys who doesn't bite his tongue. And fast forward into now, not just when Facebook was coming in to, you know, Facebook initially thing in the last segment, now to where Facebook and Instagram and all that is the biggest thing. And that huge following on Instagram now that you have, I mean, on Facebook, sorry, that huge following you have on Facebook, right? Which the narrative inherently has become politics. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your political awareness, your political activism, your political.
Wait, I want to ask you why.
But what?
I want to ask you why you say politics was inherent to the following. Why would it have?
Because the kind of businesses and the kind of moves and the kind of entrepreneurial things he was doing were at some point affecting or changing policy, or you know, they change human behavior at that level, where we're a small country, and you know, one of the things in fact we've had this conversation. But one of the things I always applaud is how a lot of people saw Basotho and Ink as a clothing brand that came in, and what people didn't even really realize that at its peak, when Basotho and Ink was at that national level with the national team, people stopped wearing South African football t-shirts. You couldn't find a person with a Bafana t-shirt. That's a social change.
I actually wanted to find a space where I could ask how many units the national team jersey sold one, and I didn't get to brag